Hi, my name is Mona, and this is my audience for my persuasive speech today. Hi, I'm here today to ask you to get involved with volunteer work. I have volunteered in the community for approximately 20 years. I have experience with volunteer work with ESM, Ecumenical Social Ministries, the Fourth Judicial Courts, my church, St. Dominic's, Our Lady of Guadalupe Church, Bingo World, Head Start, Girl Scouts, Brownies. I've also been a volunteer as a Sunday school teacher, and I really have enjoyed being a volunteer for many years. I would like to ask all of you, how many times have you been robbed? Did someone stop to help you? Volunteer in local communities is a rewarding way to donate your time and make yourself a role model. If we all have potential victims in our communities, we would live in a better and safer environment. I would like to share with you why our local communities are coming together and ways you can help out and ways that you can benefit from volunteering. I'm going to ask you today to join a rewarding action plan. Get involved with volunteer work and protect your local community. First, I would like to explain how our communities are being affected by crime. There are problems in our local communities that affect every one of us each day. Thieves are driving by homes and observing easy prey to victimize. Home invasions has become an increased crime with the elderly. There has been an increase in crime throughout Colorado Springs. The city violent rate for Colorado Springs in 2010 was higher than the national crime rate average by 21.85%, and the city property crime rate in Colorado Springs was higher than the national property crime rate average by 43.47%. You could find additional information regarding those statistics by going to www.cityrating.com crime-statistics. Other typical crime in our local communities include burglaries, arson, theft, murder, manslaughter, and much more. Because of the increased crime, neighbors are taking action and watching out for each other. As God says in Mark 12:31, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Volunteering in your local communities makes you feel better connected. Volunteers learn to develop problem-solving attitude. The Neighbor Watch program becomes effective when you become a volunteer in your local community and in your local neighborhood. One reason that becoming a volunteer and becoming successful at it is by becoming a better neighbor. Neighborhoods become increasingly safer for everyone, and the market value of homes increase in value when you volunteer to patrol your neighborhood. Happiness and well-being is one way that benefits volunteers. Volunteers are healthier, they become more fit, and they feel a huge amount of hope and happiness. The City of Colorado Springs offers training for anyone who is interested in becoming involved with the Neighborhood Watch. You can call your local police station and they will give you information regarding that program. Training will be involved for becoming involved with the Neighborhood Watch. Although adults will require a background check. A background check will be required for adults who are interested in becoming part of the Neighborhood Watch. Crime is a serious issue throughout the city of Colorado Springs. Part of the issue is that there are not enough volunteers in the community. Crime rates can decrease when volunteers sign up to protect each other. I have some statistics here, and according to Volunteering and Civic Life in America, there were an average of 64.3 million Americans who volunteered for organizations. That was an increase from 1.5 million in 2010. In 2011, Americans strengthened on focusing on their community in a number of ways. Another statistic I have here is by a majority of Americans. Americans volunteered about 4 billion hours, which is an economic value of $171 billion. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, U.S. Department of Labor, about 41.6% of volunteers became involved after being asked to volunteer. About 42.1% became volunteers on their own. One way you can become a volunteer in any organization that you may be interested in is to go and get online through the internet, look through the yellow pages, and look for any particular organization that you are looking for that you would like to volunteer with. Another way to contact an organization that you may wish to volunteer with is by going directly to their websites. You could also ask friends and neighbors about different organizations that are looking for volunteers. According to Colorado Springs nonprofit organizations, there are approximately 1,200 organizations that seek volunteers daily. So, in conclusion to my speech, my persuasive speech, I ask you to become a volunteer in your community. As God says, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. So I encourage you to go out, volunteer, love your neighbor, protect them and your families as well. I thank you for becoming interested in becoming a volunteer. I ask that you take this very seriously and sign up in any organization you may be interested in and becoming a volunteer. Thank you and good night.